Welcome back, everybody. It is Bulldog here, and it is time for another Gala video because they are absolutely killing it lately. We talked about how they've acquired a mobile studio. We now know more of the mobile games they're going to be focusing on. I've been playing one of those. You're going to see a video about that in the not too distant future. They've introduced a lot of new burns, a lot of new sinks for their Gala token, a bunch of economy updates. Their token price is skyrocketing right now. But I want to focus on one of the games that I've been playing for a while, Spider Tanks. Spider Tanks has been a game that's been extremely fun, and I actually made a video, a few months back, where I said it is the #1 free-to-play game on blockchain. I still stand by that, and guess what? It is getting even better because there is a major economy update that we're gonna go over here, talk about how it impacts the game, how it impacts the free-to-play players, because that's what I've been playing just as free-to-play myself. I've been very tempted to dive in and get some tanks. So we'll see how long I stay free-to-play, but that's how I've been playing. So I want to kind of talk about things from a free-to-play perspective. There have been a lot of changes here. Just for full disclosure, I am a part of their affiliate program. I do get paid for this. So when I made that first video, I was not a part of their affiliate program. I have been supporting Spider Tanks, playing Spider Tanks since before I had any financial incentive to do so. So I'm definitely not making this just because of that, but there's always that potential bias there. So just full disclosure. But let's hop in. What do we have here? As you guys can see, some of the gameplay behind me from my recent games. I'm getting better. I'm not great, but I still have a lot of fun. But there's a bunch of changes here. So the first big one is there's an earnings adjustments. When I made the last video, a lot of people complained about there were kind of two complaints. That first off, it was too expensive to really jump in because the common tanks that you could get, the uncommon tanks, kind of the lower end tanks, you didn't get enough rewards for it. And if you were playing free to play, if you're playing in the pilot program, the way this works, for those who maybe didn't see that first video, when you play in the pilot program, you jump in and you get assigned random tanks from tank owners that have signed up for that pilot program, and you split profits with them. So it's like a scholarship program, but it's nice because it's automated and you get a different tank every time, but it's random what quality tank you would get. If you get a common and win, you wouldn't get a lot of victory points. If you get an ancient, you'd win, you could get a ton of victory points. So a lot of times those earnings just depend on getting those wins with those high-end tanks, and they have kind of flattened the rewards a little bit. So I'll put the numbers up here on the screen. A common is now going to give about 89% more victory points than it did before. Uncommon is going to give more. Rare is going to give plus 25% more. And then the top three tiers, starting with your epic, are actually going to reward less. You will not get as many victory points. Epic, legendaries, all the way up to ancient will have minus 76% compared to what it is now. So there's a much smaller gap. There's still a gap. Having an ancient tank, winning with an ancient tank is still going to be the most rewarding, but there's not this massive gap between common and ancients that there was before. So it's flattened a little bit, and I think that makes for a little better experience, especially when you're jumping in that pilot program. Oh, by the way, the pilot program is another update that while I'm talking about that, we can go through. They're going to boost captain and pilot VP earnings by 30%, as it says, as an experiment to see if folks enjoy and utilize that system more. They're also going to severely reduce the prices on all the atomic drop pods in the Gala Game Store. So that's going to allow, it's going to essentially make it cheaper for captains to participate in that pilot program and get things set up there. So they're trying to push that pilot program, which is great. I absolutely love it. As I already mentioned, it's like a kind of like a scholarship program, but there's no connecting with owners or managing anything like that. You go in, it's literally a setting. You go in, you click on the setting for the pilot program, you hop in, you can play, you're free to play, and you are earning. And it is that easy, it is that simple. And it's also nice because not only can you earn for free, but I actually like the pilot program because I get to play with all the different tanks. Every single battle, I am using a different tank. Now, I know some people like to kind of master one type of tank. That's kind of a downside, is I can't just focus on one, and all these tanks play a little bit differently. So every single match, it's playing a different way, playing a different strategy, and that can sometimes make things tough. But for me, it's a lot of fun doing that, and I absolutely really enjoy that. So that's what they're gonna have. They're also going to have some bonus silk periods. So on top of the extra VP earnings, there's gonna have bonus silk periods. So there's kind of a nice little earnings boost, particularly for those who are part of the pilot program. So that is nice. And then they've got a new feature that they are adding. They are adding Supercharge. Supercharge is something that's pretty cool. This is going to be something that you can actually purchase supercharges. And the way this is going to work is you can use this once per part per day. So tanks are made up of 2 parts. So if you've got a full tank, you can actually use 2 of them. And that's going to provide a massive boost. You're going to get 5 times the victory points for 5 matches. And what this really does is this is going to reward those who have a high winning percent. Because when you just play normally, the amount of victory points that you get is based on how many times you've won that day. And the more you win, the less you actually earn. So you earn less, assuming all the other factors are the same, you earn less for your 20th win than you do your 5th win. And then after about 20 wins, it really tapers off. So, but as long as you're like, it doesn't necessarily matter how many matches it takes to pick up those wins, whether it's if you get your 20 wins in 25 matches or in 50 matches or in 70 matches, other than your time spent. With this here though, it's only active. This supercharge is only active for a total of 5 matches, whether you win them or not. So if you're a good player and you can go pick up 3, 4, 5 wins with those 5 supercharge uses, you're going to be able to get a lot more out of that supercharge, and you're going to be able to get some extra earnings there. If you're not very good, if you're like me and you win 1 or 2 matches every 5, you're not going to get near as much out of that supercharge. So that's kind of an interesting way of doing this, adding in something else to purchase, but that's really going to favor those who are skilled at the game and can win a lot of matches. So you will only be able to use this in the solo queue. That's something worth noting. So you can't just pair up with a super team and get together and have everybody just kind of stomp on everybody else that's playing solo or whatever the case is. So you can't rely on a group. You have to do this individually. But that's I'm very intrigued to see how this plays out, because I think this is going to be nice that it rewards those players who are very good at the game. So, and then we're also going to have some upgrade adjustments. I think this is the last piece of info we have. So there are going to be some upgrade adjustments where you can. They've changed how the leveling scales. So they've made it easier to level tanks up at the beginning and kind of redistributed the overall component cost on the way up to level 30 to make it less of a grind. So I'm free to play, so I haven't been upgrading my tank, so I don't know the frustration there with reaching level 30, but I know there's some people that have their tanks that are excited about this, and it's supposed to be a more user-friendly experience. So in some cases, it says upgrades are going to cost 90% less than they did previously, depending on the level and the rarity. So lots of updates here. I think this is going to be absolutely great for the game. I was reading these earlier. I actually went a couple weeks without streaming this, and I was like, what? I haven't played Spider Tanks for a little bit. I love this game. We need to jump back in. And I hopped back on stream just this last weekend, was playing it. I absolutely love it. It's such a fun game to stream. So I'm going to be streaming a lot more of it. You can count on that. And that's the kind of the basis behind all this. When I said this was the best free-to-play game out there, it's not that earnings are huge. I don't necessarily recommend going and playing this as a free-to-play game if you are playing it specifically for the earnings. So the earnings upgrade is definitely nice, and I know a lot of people are going to be excited about this. But I mean, the great thing is it's just a fun game to go out and play. And whenever you're enjoying a game and you get entertainment value out of it, anything else that you earn on top of that is just bonus and just nice. So that's what I love about this game. And as a free-to-play player, we'll see how long I can keep that free-to-play tag on. I don't know. I might have to go jump in and purchase some of these new things they have in the store and check things out. They've got some fun tanks out. I was really enjoying playing as the T-Rex, this weekend on stream whenever we got those. That thing had it's got some huge range on it with that flamethrower like attack. So there's a bunch of different styles, different ways to play, and I'd certainly like to pick some up. So we'll see if I can do that soon. So anyways, I hope to see you guys on those streams. Make sure you come follow me on my Twitch channel. That's where I will be streaming. On my Twitter, on this YouTube, you'll certainly see some clips posted from those streams. But it's always better live, so absolutely come join me live as we play some more spider tanks. We talked about on a previous video how they've got $1 million Spider Tanks marketing campaign that's been going on. So all of the publicity Gala's been getting for all of their games, Spider Tanks, adding some new economy updates, a fun game. Like, this is the type of blockchain game that can absolutely blow up, can absolutely change the industry. Gala's got so many games that are just fun to play. And there's going to be some of them that are just going to take off. They've got some of their big projects coming up here very soon that I can't wait to get my hands on. This week I'm gonna try and test Legends Reborn, which is their card game. You guys, obviously, if you know my channel's big on card games, so I'm excited about that one as well. So many things that are going on with Gala that I'm super excited about, and I can't wait to see what happens and see Spider Tanks as it takes off. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys join me on my Twitch for those streams. I'll see you there.